Well, hey there guys, it's Steve here from Coils and Coins Detecting, and we're back out into the bush today. I'm here with Jay from just Jay Detecting. He's down there on the side of the road just having a bit of a scratch around. We've come back to a site we've been to a few times. It's an old orchard site, and I'm pretty excited today because look what I've got here. The little M8, a 5x8 coil for the Manticore. So I'm looking forward to having a bit of a scratch around. There's been some recent work done in this area. Looks like the excavators have been in to ready the area for fire season. They've scratched around, taken off a few layers of gravel. Oh, that wind's kicked up all of a sudden. So we thought we'd have a scratch around and see if we can find anything. Jay was successful last weekend. He found a few coins, so we're going to have a look, see what we find. We have found coins here. We've found badges, buttons, buckles, all kinds of stuff. So hopefully we can find a few more. Let's see how we go. I'm just working along the bank here, and here's something that they've pushed up during the work that they've been doing here. Some kind of fitting. Not sure where that slot in it looks a little bit electrical, but not sure. Might not be. Brass or copper, some description. Definitely a relic of the old building that used to be here. That's a good sign. Let's keep looking. Well, there's been no shortage of these 303 casings. Pretty popular spot for shooting wallaby, I would say, back then, and probably more recently too. A nice clear target just here, 58. Two bars down on the non-ferrous. Shouldn't be too deep at all, that one. So 58, that's like a 19 or a 20 on the old Equinox. So that could be a coin. Could be a lot of things, especially in a spot like this. Something there, I'm not sure if that's it. There's a lot of stuff in the ground here. Aha, it is a coin. Look at that. Cheeky little half penny, I reckon. Yep. Commonwealth half penny. Looks like a 1917. Well, that's a good sign. That was pretty shallow, only a couple of inches down, so just on the edge where they've pushed off the dirt on this track. So definitely worth checking this area a bit more. But this is typical of what we've been finding here. This kind of age coins is pretty common. It's not in bad condition. I'll give it a rub with the pants, see how it looks. Alright, so that was Commonwealth of Australia, 1917. Pretty good condition, that one. That's going to be, it is, George V. So he's not in bad nick either on that side. George V, Defender of the Faith, King of all the Britons. And Emperor of India, being prior to 1947. Alright, see if we can find some more. Well, I'm not sure what this is, or used to be, more to the point. It's kind of interesting shape. Couple of holes there. Definitely a thing, isn't it? It's been built for a purpose. Not sure if it's lamp related or not, maybe not. If you know what that used to be, I'll be interested to know. Let's keep looking. So this spot behind me was once an old house. You can see some bricks there in the background. It's an old house site, and not far from where I am there are a couple more buildings down the hill further. And this is an old orchard site going back to we think the early 1900s, and most of the coins that have been found here are from around that time. We've also found some Chinese coins here, dated to the late 1800s. So they were the first machine-made cash coins. So they're not that old, but they're pretty old compared to everything else. They are late 1800s. So we've got the little coil. I'm going to poke around up in there behind me and see what I can find. We have found evidence of, I don't know, probably 50, 60 years of occupancy here. Certainly activity up here, because being Chinese coins, there must have been some Chinese people up here working, so the labour would have come from wherever they could get it for the orchard back in the day. That would have been local labour and also Chinese labour, much like the goldfields. And the Chinese people are also extremely good at gardening and growing food, which is obviously pivotal to surviving up in this sort of area. So they would have been here working. They would have been here growing vegetables and doing various other things. They were very clever people, and without them, Australia would have been in a lot of trouble, I think, back in those days. So we'll see what we can find. Got the little coil on there. That's been good so far. Hopefully we can find a bit more with that in areas I've already hit with the bigger coils. I have been up in here before with the 6-inch coil on the Equinox and found some stuff that way. We'll see if the Manticore M8 makes it any easier. All right, let's go. Well, there's a cheeky little tug just hiding here. Picked it up with the M8 pretty clearly. On the non-ferrous line, it's about an 80. Doesn't seem too big. It's about 3 bars, just here somewhere. Let's check this out. Could definitely be a coin. So that's why we need to check. Being on the non-ferrous line as well. Here's a plus. Can't hear it yet, the pinpointer. Okay, something down the middle of the hole here, a bit further down. Not the easiest spot to dig. Rocks and tree roots and things in the way. Okay, the sidewall. Could it be a coin? Yes, it could. And it is. Oh, that was a good ping too. The Manticore's picked that out beautifully. It really does hit coins well, doesn't it? A little bit of the imprint still there. Here we go. Looks like another half penny. This one could be a kangaroo penny. It is half penny because it was ringing up much higher, and they tend to do that because the older coins are different metal composition. That one's not in bad nick. That's a 1943 kangaroo half penny. It's got some crud stuck to the other side of it. It'll be George VI. Nice. Oh, well, that's 2 pennies we've picked up out of this roadside area so far. Let's keep going, see if we can find something else. Maybe silver, maybe Chinese. That's my hope.
I never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy.
Got an absolute cracker of a signal just here. Check this out. That's got to be a coin. 83 on the non-ferrous. That has got to be a coin. If it's not a coin, like the Scottish Detector says, I'll eat my hat. Don't really want to eat my hat because I don't think it's going to be very tasty. That has got to be a coin. It just sounds too good to be anything else. Oh, could be eating my hat here. Oh no. Look at that. It's not a coin. It's a round thing. That's why it sounded like a coin. It's a bottle top. Damn. Oh well. Looks like I'll be eating my hat. Right next to that false alarm is a very solid 40. Very shallow. Now 40 is about a 16 on the Equinox. That is the number of the Chinese coins. They ring up about a 16. Sometimes a 15. Not a coin. Ha! I know what that is. I think I know what that is anyway. Pretty sure that's the end of a ruler. Maybe not, actually. Now that I'm looking at it again, I've definitely seen these before. Could be the end off a ruler, could be off a bit of furniture, not sure. But geez, it sounded good. Okay, another nice clear target just here. High 60s into the 70s just here. Let's hope this is something good. Well, look at that. Would you look at that? Look what's popped out. A big old penny. Is it a penny? I've scratched it. I figured that might happen in this ground. It's very hard to dig here, so it's hard to miss these. Commonwealth penny. George V, that'll be. There he is. And 1924. What a lovely coin. And that's right in the middle of the road. I just had a bloke walk past and tell me not to wreck the road, so I won't wreck the road, I'll fix it. You won't even know I've been here. 1924, what a ripper. Oh, that's 3 coins off the road so far. Awesome. And that was a bit of a patchy one on one angle, but pretty clear on another, so glad I stopped to check it. Let's keep going. I thought I'd show you my settings today on the Manticore. I'm in this bush setting with the new M8 coil, so I've been experimenting a little bit. Anyway, sensitivity I found 22 is pretty stable. Recovery speed I had on 7 because I was in a really trashy area back there, so I might actually drop that back to 6. But anywhere trashy it's usually at least 6, usually 7 or 8 even. Ground balance is 0, don't need a ground balance here. Noise cancelled already. I'm in all-terrain general. And discrimination, right now I'm just discriminating a little bit down to 25, so I've discriminated out everything below 25. I might actually, I'll just leave that for now. Yeah, I was thinking I might discriminate out some more, but I won't. Stabiliser is on at the moment, so I put it on it, set it to 4. It's very irony back there, a lot of nails and bits and pieces, so I do find that helps pick through that stuff. And the 3 coins that I found on the road were probably the 3 clearest targets of the day, so it's clearly working pretty well. 5 region all tones, just default tones, but I sometimes change those. But today I've left those as default, and the rest is pretty standard. Ferrous limits are all standard. So I'm just going to hunt this area here. It's there was a building here too, just down the track a bit further from where I was. So I'll give this half an hour or so, see if we can turn up a coin or 2, and then we might call it quits. Okay, I'll be back if there's anything good. Here's one we should check out. Lovely 90 signal, right on the non-ferrous line. So that's got a warrant getting checked, doesn't it? that could definitely be a penny or a silver coin or something. Okay, right in the side here. There we go. What is that? Not a coin, but it sounded good, so we dug it. It's a watch, some call it, for a doodad. Alright, that was the target. Let's keep going. Well, that was close. Look at this guy. Well, I didn't nearly stand on him, but I only just saw him. That's a decent sized tiger snake. Whew. You got to watch him now. It's getting warmer and they're everywhere, especially in Tassie. I'm glad I saw him before I got too close. I was just walking over towards a currawong to film that and just happened to see this guy before I got too close to him. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get too close to him. What a beautiful snake. He knows I'm here. Here he goes. It's probably a 5-foot snake, that. Quite a decent sized one. Pretty thick through the middle too. Alright, we'll let him go. I don't want anything to do with him, he can stay up there. Oh, well, that was a bit of excitement. Just packing up my gear to head out. Saw a currawong off to the side, thought I'll get some B-roll footage of the currawong. Turned around, started to walk towards him. I happened to look down and there's a bloody great tiger snake about 3 feet from me. That wasn't very pleasant. Anyway, he wasn't really interested in me. He took off in the other direction, thankfully, and you saw some footage of him there. So it's getting warm. We've got to watch out for them these days. There's quite a few of them around in these bush areas where it's really nice and dry, and there's creeks nearby, so they're just looking for water. All right, that'll do us for today. We're out of here. I've got the gear packed up. Found 3 coins, which was good, in an area I've hunted pretty hard before. Pretty happy with the M8 5x8 coil on the Manticore. That really helped me pick those out, and I'm pretty sure that any other sites like that are also going to be pretty good in there too. So I've been waiting for that call for ages, and Dad'll probably be pretty happy I've got it now because he's a bit sick of me banging on about getting one. So Dad, I got one. It works well. All right. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing. Give us a thumbs up. And we'll catch you on the next one. So good luck out there. Hope you find some cool stuff. See you next time. Bye for now.